Hi, this is Andreas Moritz, and today I would like to discuss a very important topic which relates to the intake of dietary calcium. And many people still believe that taking a supplemental form of calcium will basically replenish the loss of calcium that occurs on a day-to-day basis. Many people are aware that the body is losing about 100 milligrams of calcium per day and needs to replenish that every single day in order to have a healthy functioning organism. Now, there are many doctors who prescribe calcium supplements to their patients, particularly women who are in the menopausal stage or who are concerned about bone loss. And they basically give them sometimes supplements that amount to up to 1200 milligrams per day, which is a concern because new research has shown that taking dietary supplemental calcium can risk the person's heart and in fact increase the risk of developing bone loss. So it is a very, very serious concern, and that's why I would like to discuss a little bit in greater detail what the difference is between dietary calcium and supplemental calcium. And there's a big, huge difference between the two, because one of them, the calcium that is derived from food or that is contained in food is entirely different to the calcium that you find in supplements. And the difference is that your normal calcium that is found in the soil or in stone and eventually makes its way into the plants that take it up and convert it into organic calcium. That organic calcium is very useful for the human body and has been shown to reduce the risk of mortality from all causes by about 25%. But if you take a supplemental form like calcium citrate, for example, or calcium carbonate, then you increase your risk of suffering a heart attack by about 86%, according to a new study published in the journal Heart. And so it is very important to realize that the supplemental form of calcium is seriously impeding with the functions in your body and can lead to severe calcifications that can amount to kidney stones and calcified gallstones and calcified arteries and calcified blood vessels in the brain, which can increase the risk of stroke and again of heart attack. So make sure that you avoid in any form any calcium supplements, because they have not shown to benefit you in any possible way. In fact, they increase the risk of all causes and you can have fatal consequences. So it's very essential to realize that there is a huge difference between what the supplemental industry is dishing out and what food can provide for you. If you look for a good source of calcium, then you just eat some vegetables that contain it, such as green leafy vegetables. There are nuts and seeds that contain calcium. The best source or the richest source of calcium is in sesame seeds, which you can grind up, turn into tahini, and just a little of that each day perfectly well supplies you with the 100 milligrams of calcium that you lose each day. When you go to cultures like African cultures or Chinese, in China for example, osteoporosis, which is a progressive illness of bone loss, has never been witnessed. And the reason why is because they don't eat foods that are rich in inorganic calcium, such as cow's milk, dairy products. They solely rely on naturally grown foods, and they don't take any supplemental form of calcium, which is foreign to their culture. So we can learn greatly from these cultures. Osteoporosis is a disease mostly known in the Western Hemisphere, where people eat large amounts of these crude calcium containing foods. Again, milk contains crude calcium, which is perfect for building bones of cows, but it's not suitable for building bones of humans. And so it's best to stay away from these kinds of sources of calcium. Another important factor that plays a role in the absorption and utilization of calcium is vitamin D. And vitamin D is derived from, produced in the skin and derived from exposing your skin to the sun on a day-to-day basis. And that is very, very important, because without the presence of vitamin D, calcium cannot be digested, absorbed, and utilized by the body. Many people are vitamin D deficient, and they develop osteoporosis because of that. So they lose calcium from their teeth, bones, the skin, the nails, and they start suffering the side effects, which is basically the body is falling apart from the inside out. And calcium is a very, very important substance that keeps it all together, and without it, literally the body becomes brittle from the inside out. In the bones, the skeletal system makes sure that the body stays strong and healthy, and without the right amount of calcium, or good source of calcium, this is not possible. So once again, make sure that you avoid any form of calcium supplements that are they don't contain, that basically don't have the organic calcium in it. Metallic calcium, which is the crude elemental calcium found in nature, is not the source of calcium you should seek, but you should rely on foods, solely on foods, in order to get this kind of calcium. The other reason why people have calcium deficiency is because they are eating and drinking or taking beverages that leach calcium out of the body. It's been known that processed, refined products, which are highly acid-forming, leach calcium from the system, and therefore can seriously impede the absorption of calcium or the presence of calcium in the bones and in the teeth and the skin, and can cause rapid aging and deterioration of all bodily functions, and contribute to the emergence of stones and calcifications such as kidney stones and gallstones. So once again, it's very important to utilize what nature has given us amply: fresh fruits, fruits and vegetables and grain foods, nuts, seeds, that are providing us with the normal amounts of calcium that the body requires on a day-to-day basis without running into a deficit, and that allows us to have healthy heart functions and brain functions and live a normal, healthy and youthful life. Cholesterol has been vilified for a long time particularly given the bad name LDL LDL cholesterol, which is named the bad cholesterol, but there's no bad cholesterol in the body. There are